Lamar Jackson, you're killing me. He's out there recruiting DK Metcalf. Lamar Jackson, I love you. You're great. But he's got to come to Philly. He can't be going to Baltimore, all right? He can't. Now, listen. Howie Roseman killed yesterday's trade. It was a great trade, and it's going to be big time for us in 2023. But the question now is, what about 2022? Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are... Yeah! I'm a beast! I'm sorry. I just Denzel Washington myself. I apologize. What I was trying to say before I was distracted by my beauty was, I hope you've had a chance to process the utter fleecing, the utter highway robbery committed by Howie Vision yesterday against the Saints, because he totally killed that trade and won that trade. No question about it. Now, before we get into it all, I gotta say, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for football content, Eagles content. You don't want to miss it, especially in April. We are going hardcore, okay? And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double moonwalk check that you're still subscribed, because I've got people getting unsubscribed multiple times. It's crazy. If I show you some of the stuff, you would think it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I hope they figure it out soon. So definitely subscribe. And channel members, there should be some live streams coming this week and next week. I just found out like about a half hour ago, my kids are off like Thursday and Friday. I'm like, oh my God. And then they're off all week for spring break. So, yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of time to do some streams and things like that. No question about it. I wanted to stream last night, to be quite honest with you, but I didn't get a chance, because by the time I got finished helping my kids with the homework and all this stuff, it was like 9 o'clock my time. So, expect a lot of live streams, channel membership-wise and public, for everybody over the course of the next week and a half. There's no question about it. Now, I want to talk about the Eagles, and I want to talk about some things going on, okay? As we all know, yesterday the Eagles made the big trade. And I kind of want to go over this real quick, because I think one of the parts of this trade, people are not looking at it, or not realizing how important it is. And I'm specifically talking about in 2024. But here's what happened. The Eagles, they trade their 16th and 19th pick overall and their 194th pick, which is a 6th rounder, to the Saints. And as you know, the Eagles get back the number 18th pick this year. That'll go along with their 15th pick overall. They also get a 3rd rounder, which is pick number 101. They get a 7th rounder, which is pick 237. But here's the important part of this trade. All right, 2023 first round pick, 2024 second round pick. Now that second round pick in 2024, to me, is so important for the Eagles. And the reason I say this, and I don't think enough people are talking about it, is if the Eagles have to go up and get a quarterback, which I believe they're setting themselves up to get a quarterback, okay? I think that Hurts has to go out and show he deserves to be the guy. He's going to have to impress the Eagles, because they are putting themselves in position to get a quarterback. Now, they'll have 2 first-round picks next year. Let's say they're picking 15 or 16. They got to get up to 3 or 4. You're going to have to give up at least 3 first-round picks plus some. Okay? So you would give up your 2 first-round picks in 2023. You would then give 2024 first-round pick. Now, when you give that 2024 first-round pick, by having the second-round pick, giving yourself 2 second-round picks, if you can pull that off for just 3 first-round picks, you still have an opportunity to come back up into the draft for a first-rounder, or you take 2 second-round picks, and it just kind of softens that blow of losing that 3rd first-round pick, if it comes to that. So the Eagles have set themselves up perfectly for 2023 and beyond. They have set themselves up perfect, okay? There's nothing I think that they have to do but wait it out, okay? Now, here's the thing. All right, here's my issue. All right, Howie Roseman killed the trade. A+. Howie Roseman, great job on trades, never an issue. To me, it's always about talent evaluation with him. If you look at all the picks he's had over the course of him being in charge, if he would have hit on picks at just a little bit of a higher rate, Eagles would have won multiple Super Bowls. Multiple Super Bowls. He does not do good early in drafts, okay? So this is always an issue with me with Howie Roseman. And I look at it now like, listen, you're set up perfectly for 2023 and where you want to be getting quarterback. But you got to also focus on 2022. What are we doing about 2022? 2023 and beyond, you're set up for with your picks and everything. Now let's focus on 2022. What are we going to do in 2022? We got Hassan Reddick. We got the kid Kazir White. Okay, those are great. But what about offensively? And I keep coming back to this, but we now know that the Eagles will not draft a quarterback in the first round of this draft. The fact that they made their move tells us they're looking for 2023 to make a pick on a quarterback. So therefore, they are going to evaluate Jalen Hurts one more year. They are going to give him an opportunity. And if he comes out and he plays great and he kills it, guess what? They're going to keep him. They're going to go ahead, probably try to work an extension out with him. And they're going to take 2 first-round picks in 2023 to help the team. But in the meantime, this year, to evaluate Jalen Hurts properly, you got to go get him help. You have to get him help now. And where is it? Where is the help? That is what I'm waiting for. We've taken care of the future, but we've got to take care of this year. Now, I'm not saying they have to go all in and try to be a Super Bowl contender this year, but you need to put players around Jalen Hurts that will make the evaluation process of Jalen Hurts easier. The worst thing you could do, and the worst thing I think that could happen, is Jalen Hurts goes into this year, you don't really give him much offensively, okay? And he goes into this year, and he has a similar type year that he did last year, okay? Maybe it's just slightly better or whatever, but it's not enough to impress the Eagles, okay? Now, because you didn't get him help, we're all going to we're going to be fighting amongst ourselves. We're going to be saying, was it because Jalen Hurts isn't that good, or he just didn't have enough weapons? Was he not that good? Did he not have enough weapons? And that's going to be the issue. And we're going to have to try to figure out. I say to hell with all that. I say go out and get him help now. And then we can say, hey, listen, Jalen Hurts got DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. We got him help. The offensive line was tough. This is on him. This is on him. That's what we need to do. Now, I've said this, and I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf is the guy. I ain't wasting time. I'm going to give them a first round, first and fourth, first and third. I got 2 thirds right now. I'm doing it. I'm getting DK Metcalf. But who knows what's going to happen? In the meantime, you got Lamar Jackson publicly on Twitter trying to recruit him. He's trying to get DK Metcalf to Baltimore. And I get it. If I was him, I would do the same thing. But I do remember this. There was another wide receiver, big wide receiver, fast wide receiver. And he got traded to Baltimore. And he said, nah, I don't want to go to Baltimore. I want to go to Philly. And his name was T.O. So maybe the fact that the Eagles and Baltimore are both in on a receiver, maybe that bodes well for us. I don't know. There's a lot of people that say, hey, you know what? Now that we made that trade, there's no way on earth we go get a DK Metcalf or another veteran receiver or something. I disagree. I totally disagree. It would not surprise me one bit if the Eagles take that 18th pick and trade it for a veteran player, a veteran wide receiver. Now, I would prefer DK Metcalf. Some of you may prefer A.J. Brown, who it could be a receiver we're not even thinking about. But I actually think it is more likely that the Eagles make that kind of move for a veteran now than it was when they had the 3 first-round picks. Because when they had the 3 first-round picks, you weren't sure if they were eyeing quarterbacks. Now that they're not, we know that they're not taking a quarterback. I think it's even more likely. And here's another thing to think about. If you draft 2 first-round picks, right? Those 2 first-round picks come up for a contract extension the same exact time. If you were to go get a DK Metcalf or an AJ Brown, okay, and then let's say you bring them in, you give them an extension, the extension kicks in next year. When the first-round pick that you take this year, when his contract extension comes up, it's not going to be at the same time as the wide receivers, DK Metcalf or AJ Brown or whoever you bring in trading that 18th pick. So it's not a bad idea either from a cap standpoint to kind of spread that out. So you're not having 2 guys, first-round picks come up at this, 2 first-round contracts come up at the same time for extension. And then the next year you got 2 more guys coming up. If you kind of stagger it out, it's not a bad idea. So maybe from a cap standpoint, it actually benefits the Eagles to trade for a veteran wide receiver. And listen, I've made my bones about DK, whatever. It's not even about him. It's not even about him or AJ Brown. It could be somebody, Chase Claypool. It could be somebody we're not even thinking about that the Eagles are eyeing. I don't care at this point. Just get this guy help. Just go out and get Jalen Hurts help. That's what he needs. We've got our picks. We got ourselves set up for 2023 and beyond. Now let's get this guy help this year and see what he can do. I'm going to root my ass off for him because the easiest thing, the best way for the Eagles to get back to being true Super Bowl contenders is for Jalen Hurts to take that next step. So I want him to do it, but I also want him to get help. I think saying that, hey, we're only going to rely on the fact that he's one more year more experienced, knows the system 1 year better, 1 year better to work in the offseason. If that's the only thing they're going to rely on for helping Jalen Hurts, I don't think it's enough. They took care of the future. Now let's take care of the offense in 2022. That's what I think. And listen, any receiver that they draft this year in the first round, to me, that's helping your future quarterback. That's not necessarily helping Jalen Hurts because you just don't know how a receiver, especially with the Eagles picking wide receivers, you just don't know how much they're going to contribute in a rookie year. Devontae Smith was the one exception that I can think of a Howie Roseman draft pick of a wide receiver. Deshaun Jackson, Macklin, I give the credit of those picks. They go to Andy Reid. So, to me, it is not a bad idea to take that second first-round pick, that 18th pick, and trade it for a veteran. Trade it for a guy that you already know is good, a guy that is established. Try to get a guy like a DK or AJ Brown, somebody in the last year of a contract before their extension, and go out and get them. I trust doing that more than I trust Howie Roseman making the pick. That's just the truth. Let me know what you guys think. I think that the fact that the Eagles made that trade yesterday with the Saints actually increases the chances that they go out and make another trade for a veteran player. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. I'm looking at Charles Davis's mock draft right now. He's got Travon Walker going 1 overall. Then he's got Aiden Hutchinson 2, Thibodeau going 3. So he's got 3 edge rushers, 3 defensive ends going in the top 3 pick. If that's the case, there's no way the Eagles are going to take a defensive end with their first pick. Okay, I'm thinking maybe you got to move up from 15 to try to get to 11, 9, and take Jordan Davis. That's what I would do. And then I would take that 18th pick, and I would trade it for you-know-who. Jalen, Zacharias, Metcalf. With that said, Denzel Washington, out.